What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here with me. And this is going to be fun. We got two comedians with us.
Uh-oh.
Do y'all be trying to outdo each other?
Nope. I'll be letting her have it. This is my sister right here.
Well, let me have it. Okay. It's me. I created it for myself. But you know,
Michelle Buteau.
Yes, hi everyone. Hi,
we start like this
Can
already?
we say the names,
Welcome
please?
to the View. This is wild.
This is Michelle Buteau, and I'm
Hi.
Tone Bell. Hey,
Hi.
you look good.
You look good too.
Oh my goodness.
Weren't y'all just together? Why are you acting like you just saw each other?
We haven't seen each other in
We
months.
haven't seen each other in months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in Texas on purpose.
Yeah,
Why would you be there?
well, just give my address away. Why don't you?
Is that for tax
I bought
purposes?
Why would you do that?
We start like this. This help me.
Drake.
Hey, look, your boy wanted some land. Look, I got a couple places now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can we talk about something else?
Yes, we can. Yes, it's just good to see you.
It's
you
good
know?
to see you too.
Yeah.
I'm fresh off the plane though. She got dressed, but she look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, both look great.
Thank you.
All right. And
I'm
we
just
are here
saying
to
that.
talk about your new show, Survival of the Thickest.
Yes.
And by the way, they sent me the screener, I'm not going to lie, last night, and I stayed up late binge watching it.
You did?
Yes, I watched like the first 4 episodes already.
Oh my
I
God!
know.
So, what do you think? What did you see? What do you think? What do you tell
Well,
me?
if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have watched the first 4 episodes.
Okay, that's a start.
Yes, no, I really did. First of all, I think it's really refreshing to see something like this, you know, on Netflix. It was hilarious. It was very relatable. I definitely, too, have drank a lot of different things and thrown up. And
Yes. Yes. Dating gets messy.
But, you know, I don't want to give away too much. So
Okay.
we'll talk more about, like, just the premise of the show. So let us know, because you are, this actually comes from your series of...
my books, my
your
essays.
books. Yes, your essays.
So I wrote a book called Survival of the Thickest, plus-size essays in a small-minded world. Ow, you have to order it like that at Barnes & Noble.
Ow.
And so Netflix acquired the book. We turned it into a beautiful 8 episodes. I feel luckier than Pete Davis's dick. This is so nice. Is that too much? We just got started. The
No, you're
point
okay.
is, we made 8 beautiful episodes, and I play Mavis, which is my grandmother's name because she was my person.
I was wondering where the name came from. Okay.
Yeah, it's an old, strong name, and she was like the first strong woman in my life, right? And so she was like my person, my soulmate. So I'm like, wouldn't it be wild just to hear Mavis all day on set, you
Mavis.
know? And
The Powerball winner.
exactly. And so my character is a 38-year-old that gets cheated on, and
Oof.
Yeah.
Not just cheated on, but you also get to visually see yourself get cheated. I mean, I think
the
that's
walk-in?
horrifying.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
to walk in on it. Ugh.
yeah,
That like lightweight happened to me once.
Oh, really? How?
Well, I climbed in the window.
Oh, you told me the story.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
but I didn't
What?
see them having sex.
Okay.
But I definitely saw them in the bed together. She was naked under the covers, and he was like stressed out because I was, you know, ringing the bell nonstop.
So I have a question. Did you know?
that's
Did
what
you
gonna
have
stop the
any
story?
idea he was cheating before?
Why would you climb through a window if you didn't have?
Well, because
She forgot her keys.
Yeah, no, okay. Because he was a liar. So what I used to do was I used to always, when I knew he was like up to something, because this is what he would do. He would text me back, but he wouldn't answer the phone. Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah, so obvious,
You shouldn't
too.
even
Yeah.
text back. Just pretend you're
be
asleep
asleep.
or you don't.
Yeah, be
but
asleep.
you can't text me back and I'm calling you and you're not answering. You're not in a meeting. You don't
Yeah.
even, you work at Verizon. It's 9:00 at night.
Yeah,
You're
not
not
at this
work.
hour.
Yeah.
Right. And so anyway, I used to always say, I'm on my way to your house. And I would never really go. I would just say that because I knew whatever he was doing, it would
would
make
stop.
him nervous,
Yeah.
right? And so this particular time, I really went. And I think God was like, all right, let's just see what's happening. So I went. His car was in the driveway. And so he never would go anywhere without driving himself. So I'm like, he's clearly home. The car is in the driveway. It was a summer night. There was a screen in the window. And so, and the
Oh my
window was
God.
like,
you don't
know,
want mosquito
floor
bites while
level.
you're cheating?
Yeah. So, but it just made it very easy because I
Yeah.
just removed the screen, which
I have so many follow-up questions.
no, but listen,
because
Michelle.
the screen is not like, it wasn't attached. It was like one of those screens that you fold in, like you just, you know.
Okay, like an
squish
Was the
accordion
it.
window
screen.
wait, was
Yes,
the
an accordion
window
screen.
in the room that he was in?
No, it was downstairs. I had to actually walk upstairs, and so I walked up the stairs.
Were you by yourself?
Yeah.
No one came. I would have came. I wish I knew you
This
did.
was a long time
Yeah.
ago. Thank you,
I would've
friend.
came. But my question to you is, I wanted to just bring this back. How many things so I like the friendship between Mavis and what's your character?
Khalil.
Khalil.
I like that friendship, and I like obviously
Tasha's.
I like Tasha. Well, I like
Yeah.
everyone's, but I like the dynamics. How much of this is inspired by things that have happened to you or your friends, or how much of this is just stuff you grabbed?
I mean, it was really interesting building a world out, but like Khalil is an actual best friend since 7th grade. And so it was wild when he came to set and got to meet Tone.
Because we've been friends for about 12 years too. So like I got a chance to meet the real Khalil.
Oh, okay. So that's okay.
And I say work with your friends because you have these talented people in your life for a reason. So why not do something, you know?
Okay.
And even Marley's character is written after a friend, a really good friend of mine. Because I always feel like you should just have a slightly older, rich bitch. I'm gonna tell you what it's really like. Oracle. Don't give a
Wait a
fuck.
minute, is that Garcia? Whose character is that?
That's Tasha.
That's
Ta-
Tasha.
yeah,
Tasha.
Tasha.
Okay, Tasha.
Yeah,
okay.
Tasha.
With her fly
character.
clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have
Who's
never invited her to that
who's
place
kind
in
of bi,
Brooklyn.
but not. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, she exploring.
Yeah. I don't know how far. I haven't watched the whole season.
Well,
so I
why are
don't
you
know.
giving it away?
Sorry.
That's okay. No, people will watch it a couple of times. What I do,
I didn't get too far. Listen, Texas.
My bad. Oh,
Sorry for watching it before y'all came.
it is about the taxes. Go ahead.
what I will say though, what's
It's
so
like
interesting.
Texas actually is taxes if you unscramble the words.
Oh wow. As a dyslexic
Nerd.
person, that's my favorite thing. I'm so dyslexic. My drag name would be Dicklexia. Truly, I thought about it. I like to put thought into. What
you was about to say?
I was gonna say when I was trying to figure out what the stories were gonna be between Mavis and Khalil, a lot of people were like, "When do they hook up?"
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, I remember you talking to me about
Yeah,
that.
and I'm like, never.
That's what I was thinking too.
I didn't
though.
think that
Really?
either.
I did.
You know why? Because
did.
I feel like my guy friends who I've been friends with forever are like off limits to me. I don't even look at them that way.
Correct.
I don't either, but it
Right.
seemed like I was just like, wait a minute. It's something like just the conversations were so like transparent and real, and I was just like, they're both attractive.
But you rarely see that. You rarely see
And
two
I don't
people
see
who
that,
are.
yeah.
You either see if you see in me, you go, oh, they're gonna eventually hook up, or it's gay best friend. And that's the only time you see that. So you never get to see two people who grew up together.
Yeah.
Just like I can tell you anything
and just be friends.
Yeah.
And so I really, at a certain point, I was like, you guys, they never hook up. I know you want that, but it's
No,
not
we
gonna,
don't.
Yeah.
But it's not
No,
going
we
to
don't want
happen.
that.
But like some people were like, can
Yeah.
we have that happen? I'm like, no, because ultimately what you're saying is a woman's only good for one thing, and to me that's very
Yes.
misogynistic.
I like
we
that.
could be
I
good
like
for
it
a lot
too,
of
yeah.
different things.
Because I have guy best friends that I've never looked at, and I don't feel like they've ever looked at me like that. I think they would be disgusted at the idea, honestly.
Yeah.
Because people feel
You don't
like
want to
you
lose a
can't
friend
have
too. Like if
platonic-
this
That's
don't
the
work out, you
yeah.
don't want to lose that
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got plenty of female friends like that too, who I love, and I go, man, I'm so glad we never went there.
Right.
Because
It'll ruin
test of time is right here between this friendship.
Yes.
And I also feel like when you're dating somebody, they should have friends of the opposite sex, because if they don't, then that means that they can only look at a person of the opposite sex for one thing.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Or even gay friends. I'm like, what are we doing? You live in New York. You don't know one gay person. This is a lot.
Right.
This is a lot. Like, you know, there's even gay people in Staten Island. Okay, so everybody calm your tits.
Calm your tits.
I love calm your tits.
All right, so yeah, let's get a little bit more into this, because again, like I don't want to give away too much of what goes
Like I
on,
did.
but
You can.
You just-
initially what I
giveaway.
was talking about was actually walking in on somebody having sex and seeing it like with your own two eyes. Has that ever happened to you?
No, but I have been cheated on, and the first time it was a dream. I had a dream that they were dancing, and then I called them the next day, and they both hung up on me, and I was like, "What?" And then the second time,
What do you mean they both hung up on you?
You called both
Yeah.
of them.
Individually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They didn't pick up together.
They didn't
right?
pick up
Oh,
together.
yeah,
I
we're not
called
dancing.
them and I was like, I have something to ask you because I had this dream. And my boyfriend pretended that he had bad reception, and my best friend just hung up on me. So they want to get their story straight.
Your boyfriend and your best friend.
My
slept
boyfriend and my
together?
best
That's what I'm
friend.
saying.
And she hit me up like years later when I first did Last Comic Standing on Facebook.
But this is
and
in the
she
book
says-
too.
Yes, and she's like,
haven't read
"How
the
you
book.
doing?" And I'm like, "Still trying to trust people, motherfucker. Delete." So yeah, they still stick around somehow. But
Isn't
anyways,
that crazy?
oh yeah,
But
I've been cheated
it's,
on.
it's like it's real cool because after I had known the book, I got a copy of the book, but also listening to like getting the scripts.
Did you listen to it?
I got it. You got to hear you.
Yeah.
To me, you got to hear you because like after
Part of the
even before I got
experience.
the part, I'm listening to go, all right, I know her as a friend, but I don't know her as like, what is this character going to do? And a lot of these stories are before her and I were friends.
Right.
So it's some stories in there. It's
Yeah.
I mean, you hear her
People
voice
got to go
tell
read
the
these
story.
stories.
It's raunchy.
It's wild.
It's raunchy.
It is wild.
It's
The
real.
cab and the gum.
I like that you're raunchy.
The cab and the gum.
I don't
cab
like
and
the
the gum.
boyfriend and the best friend thing. I don't
Well,
like
no,
that.
we don't. But it's it happened.
But it's
I know.
entertaining.
I'm glad it happened to me when I was young because it really was a great education that I wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. And so now that my friends are in their 40s and getting cheated on for the first time, and they're completely devastated, and they have kids and share DNA, and properties and stuff, I'm like, this is what you're gonna do.
That's real messy.
You're gonna leave and you're gonna get better. You're not gonna go back.
Well,
Keep it moving.
We always talk about women getting cheated on. Tone. Have you ever been cheated on?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I know my peace pop.
I mean, it's that's a two-way street. I mean, I've cheated on some, and I've been cheated on.
And we have them here.
I'm out.
Come on out.
Oh, I love to see him. I love to see him now. I like that's one. I do take pride in being like any chick that cheated on me in the past. I'd be like, what you doing now? I'm petty.
You
though.
like that?
I'm petty.
At least you know that about yourself.
Yeah,
I am
Have
so
Have you
petty.
ever walked in or?
No, I've never walked in, but I mean, I have.
Gone through phones.
I've passed someone who I asked her if she was kicking it with him, and then passed them pulled up to a light, and then they're in the car together.
Ooh.
I have seen that being like, I thought y'all didn't know each other.
And what did you do? Beep, beep, beep. Hello?
No, I mean it's one of those real you look over and then they look over like, damn, that gets that's very different. Yeah.
Ooh.
I did have a.
That would have hurt my little feelings.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was rough.
Yeah, you can tell.
Because right
too.
then you go, oh, I lost both of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
even
true. It's
worse.
hard to
Yeah.
lose your best friend.
I
More
mean,
than
I was
anything.
17, so it was good. It was hard. I didn't trust people for a long time. I didn't trust people dating them and friendship wise, which sucks for me because I love people. Like I hate when people I'm a people person because I'm also like, get the fuck out of my space. But I love people, and so that one really hurt. So I was like, how do I come back from that? But that's what I know in my life to reset your life, and that's where my character starts.
Right. What was the experience like working with Netflix to get Survival of the Thickest done?
I mean, it was wild. It was just wild. It was dope in a way because we already had a working relationship, on the platform anyways. And, it was very interesting, too, as the writers are on strike right now, seeing how the sausage is made, having the writers for 16 weeks instead of 20. My brain was broke after the third day. I needed glasses after 2 weeks. I'm like, how do y'all do this?
Yeah,
Yeah. But, getting back to the positive, Netflix is dope to work with because, you just have license to talk about things and to show the representation and inclusivity that you can't at most places. And so if I'm pushing the boundary, they're like, cool, let's go. And it's going to drop in all the countries that they're in, which is 190. So I'm just like, if you're going to have a platform, use it for good. So I'm very excited that people get to see you.
I mean,
Tone.
to not have to especially work with network so much and then to come do this.
Yeah.
And you never hear, can we talk about this?
right.
Is that one of the biggest differences between working at doing something with Netflix and then doing something with a network that you just have more?
It's so many notes.
freedom?
It's a lot of notes. I mean, and you understand why sometimes, but then with this, you get the freedom, and then you're expecting pushback, and then you don't get pushback. And you're like, oh, we can just do this.
Yeah.
And so that's a beautiful feeling to go. Oh, my vision. People see my vision and not some working construct of how do we make this look for the alphabet.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Networks.
You are hilarious.
Because you were on the Alphabet Network.
And I still work with the alphabet networks
Yeah.
every now and then. But but
Hilarious.
Netflix is my home. Which one is my camera?
Michelle, seeing that this is your baby, right? And then you see it come to life. But also, there's times that they're going to be like, well, why don't we do it this way? Or because as an artist and as somebody who is a writer and as somebody who's telling their stories, how hard is it to let go of your vision sometimes and be able to compromise?
I mean, that's a really great question. I think, everyone should have a healthy ego. That's why we do this. But you're only going to get bigger and stronger taking that criticism and having a meeting of the minds. I had a handful of themes that I was like, I have to do this. Body positivity, sex positivity, inclusivity, and just queer, black, fat, beauty. And in and around that, if you are not willing to take notes, then you're never going to get better. And, even getting a show in my 40s, thank God that I aged well, okay? Because then I could have a spirited conversation with somebody, and it's not going to be like an attack on my character.
Right.
Where you said what? It's just really a meeting of the minds. And, and I think also doing something in my 40s, it's like, I hear you. That's a great idea, but this is the way it should really go. But, like, I think everybody should be open, but don't bend over just to like please someone, because then you're not going to be your authentic yourself. And just like Tone was saying, if you're pitching something because that's how you would naturally do it, then that's what people are going to be attracted to. Well,
I mean,
and that's what makes it better.
I came to you a couple times during production where I was like,
A couple of times.
Give us
maybe 6 times. But it was. It's so. I mean, I've known Michelle so long, and I've known Tasha so long, and a lot of the cast we've known each other.
I love Tasha.
She's the best.
Tasha Smith is in this.
Lights
She's
up a room.
Yeah.
Her and Sidra.
Oh, I mean, they're just great.
Yeah.
They're great.
Listen, Sidra. Yes, I actually went to St. Martin with Sidra.
My God, I went to Beyonce in Amsterdam
last
with
time-
Sidra
last year?
weeks ago.
Outside, okay?
Sidra is out here,
We
but
love
that's
you,
who
Sidra
Marley
and
is,
Tasha.
right?
Yeah.
That, like a rich bitch who's just out to enjoy. I call them the Oracle because they are ever knowing and glowing, and they have all the answers. And hanging out with women like that have really helped me sort of like not only define my self-worth, but just know that I'm going to be good no matter what.
And you know what's
Okay.
and you know what's important to have
That's Tasha.
friends, right? That could
Sissy!
Okay.
Yes!
You hear that come around the corner, you like, where Tasha?
But you know what's important? What I love is the friendship, right, on the show with Mavis and with Tasha's character. The fact that she could be doing so much better than her at that time, but it doesn't feel like any type of jealousy.
Yeah.
Because those are real friendships when somebody's in a position where they're like, all right, sis, like, what is...
Yeah.
But at least you ain't got that cheating ass man in here.
Yeah.
That's the
You
important
gotta
thing.
be
You
happy
might be
for
in Brooklyn
people.
with a roommate,
Yeah.
with a cat,
Yeah.
and it's not the nicest apartment, but,
Yeah, it's a moment. She's going through a moment. It is a Craigslist apartment, and it is what it is. But like, being happy for someone else's success will never fuck up yours. So why aren't we just like not out here lifting each other up? You know, that's why I like to say that Tone and Tasha are like a well-made bra, just uplifting and supportive. You guys, thank you.
And also
sometimes
friends-
she got little mom jokes.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Big deal.
And her plus-size blazer from Macy's. Thank you so much, Nita Parker, for the shoulder pads. I'm
shoulder
selling
pad.
perfume in my bag if you want to see some.
and since you talk about being 40 now,
Yeah, 45.
In your 40s, yes.
Sorry.
We were watching your
I was like,
stand-up,
government.
and the funniest thing to me is you talking about like when you turn 40, you think about falling and
Yes.
when you're gonna fall.
Yes.
That's hilarious because I be falling.
Yeah, Jasmine falls all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Why you be falling?
I don't know.
Is it iron?
She falls upstairs.
I,
You know how
I
people
fell
fall
up
upstairs?
some stairs.
Yes.
I was high in my defense. I was high that time.
okay.
But I fell naked in a shower one time.
Yes, you did.
Y'all had to come
Ooh.
help
In
me.
Ohio.
Naked and afraid.
Sounds like
We
it's
were like-
time for rails. You better get you some rails.
Was I drinking it?
No, you know what? We heard a loud thud. We were in Yellow Springs, Ohio for Dave Chappelle's comedy summer camp.
Something.
So all of a sudden, and there's limited places to stay. So we're all staying together in this place, and all we hear was boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh my God, is she okay? We go in there. Somebody has to throw a towel on her. Like,
Oh,
falling.
no.
I just be
And you
falling.
couldn't get up. I'm sorry. I'm a faller too, but mainly because my titties are so big.
I don't have enough TV, so I don't know why. I
Yeah,
be
so what
falling.
is it?
Get you a life
Is
alert.
it Meniere's disease?
I don't know
Is
what
it
it
too
is.
much sodium?
It was recently I was too high. 'Cause I
Okay.
felt, who falls up the stairs?
I
You.
do.
I do,
too, yeah.
But anyway, back to your joke. You about to turn 40, and
Yeah.
so you were saying that you had to think about how am I going to fall?
Yeah, don't fall on my hands because, how am I going to wipe my ass? And I don't have ass wiping money yet. Yes. So sometimes I just sort of like roll, you know what I mean? And people think it's like a dance move, and it's not. But what I've really learned in life is just pain should be funny. So,
should be funny.
but
yeah.
FYI, she was twerking upside down and everything on the show. So
Oh,
y'all gotta
yes.
say,
Yeah,
it's not
she's
a game.
also a Caribbean bitch from Jersey with a
Hello.
shelf for an ass.
I
So
was like, well,
here we
damn.
Well, damn.
It look good though. You
Thank
look
you
good
so
twerking upside
much.
down.
Thank you. You know what? I will take that.
No, she didn't.
Do you want me to show you?
Everything was moving the way it
Not
should.
today.
Not today.
Not today.
Ma'am.
And Tone,
You got me thinking about which episodes these are right now. I'm like, I know when
It's
that
the
happened.
first episode.
I'm like, is it first or second? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
but and
Which
Tone,
one did I watch today? 4?
yeah, she was. She came in because I had already been watching it. So
The
I had
dog wedding?
Yeah.
Like you do. Oh, you watch like Choose Your Own Adventure. You start in the middle and then
Wherever
work.
that-
Okay.
Well, you know what
Oh,
it is? The way that
wow.
I'm not about to start all over
That's like
for you.
eating the
You gotta
crust.
just-
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
You
that
gotta hop
friend.
in
She's
where I'm
like,
at.
you just got to hop on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not starting all over for you. You got to start where I'm at. I'm, you know.
Oh my
I was like, oh,
goodness.
this is good. I'm glad I
Oh
started
my
here.
goodness.
Do you ask
So
questions?
many
You be like, what
lines
happened?
missing.
How did we get here?
It was pretty clean. She was saying, I was like, I got it. Like, I get it. It was good. So I
Yeah.
didn't need to. I
It
didn't need like a
was-
Because
backstory.
if you
Jump in
jump
and
in with
see.
me, I'm not going back, but I'm also not explaining nothing.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
didn't- she was-
wow.
You gotta
she,
pick up
she
context
will
clues.
explain for me, but I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I didn't need it.
Well,
Okay,
a little
good.
bit to
For
know
what?
who everybody was and what their
It
relationship was.
Her dude, her ex. I figured when she had that reaction to. Oh, I feel like we're talking too much about the details. But
No,
anyway,
that's okay.
But anyway,
This is great.
Yeah, this is good.
But anyway,
is everything.
yeah, I didn't need too much context. But she's a friend that will give you context. She'll stop it.
I'm
be
too
patient.
nice. I watch it over
I'm
and get
not watching it
context.
over. She
won't
What
do
am
that.
I
She's
doing
patient,
with
though.
my life?
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've seen Sopranos with friends and my husband?
I'm not doing it.
All
I mean,
9
I'm not doing that. I already
episodes?
saw it. The only thing I will do is
Sorry, seasons.
with my boyfriend, I'll pretend that
Got
I
it.
didn't watch something that I
Somebody's
did
like,
watch.
she ain't never seen
Just because it's
Sopranos.
like cheating.
I can't.
Yeah,
You know,
I'll
I feel
pretend I
like
didn't
women
see
it.
fake
The
it
what?
too much,
We
so
do.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
What would you just say?
I said the only time I'll do that is like with my boyfriend. I pretend that I didn't see something that we've been watching together.
Yeah.
Because then he gets mad that I watched it without him.
I know.
So I just don't say anything and I'll watch it again. That's the
Yeah,
only time.
I love
See, I
watching.
don't
She's
even
a
care
good
about
liar,
it.
though. Also, you're a good liar.
Wow,
You are.
and
No,
a
I'm
good
not.
actor.
That's exactly what it is.
Second season, have her pop up. Maybe she's a
Yeah,
good. She'd be the
you
good
did
little
First Wives
cameo.
Club, right?
Yes, I did.
We weren't on together. I was
Yes,
so upset about
that was,
it.
That was a really fun experience for me, by the way. You
Yay.
know, so I loved it. I was there for like 2 days working with some icons. So
Yes.
that was exciting.
Oh,
Yeah, Jill's amazing.
And then for you, Tone, we also were watching your stand up. By the way, I love watching your stand up. I got to
thank
ask you, what is has your dad seen any of this?
He
Has
don't
he
like
seen
it.
it already?
He don't like it.
He don't like it?
He don't like it. My mom loves it. 'Cause I make
Okay.
fun of my mom too. My dad, he take it real personal. He go buy new clothes now. Like he
You
just
said he dresses like a Filipino.
he looked Filipino as hell for some reason. So,
Filipino man.
For some reason.
yeah, people be bowing to him. I'm like, he's not Asian. He not. He used to look black. Now he look. He
Stop
That
it.
happens.
he sell perfume in the mall now. That's what he look like.
That happens.
Yeah.
My mom and dad look alike from the back. I'm like, I can't tell whose booty's what. Same haircut, same balding spot. Like,
Y'all are-
yeah.
Brutal.
That is
What?
brutal.
It's the truth.
And I want to ask you this too, Tone, because I saw an interview that you did where you talk about, you know, becoming successful, right? But people automatically assume as soon as you get on TV that you made it. You know, when you got into your first show. Yeah.
Money ain't what it used to be, but go ahead.
So I want to ask you, at what point were you like, okay, now I'm what people thought it was, you know, when I first started?
They like Michelle included. They always called me cheap, like last couple of years, because I just kind of lived like I didn't have it, or like that. I'm just like, I don't know if it's gonna be a flash in the pan or am I gonna have a career at this, you know. So you just kind of like, I was like stacking, and I never grew up with nothing, so it was like, let me just see if this gonna work out. And then a couple years ago, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna be good. And then I just started, you know, investing and doing my thing. So now I feel like, oh, I can breathe a little bit.
Like, what kind of investments do you do?
Like property.
Okay.
Texas.
Taxes, yeah.
I mean, I got, you know,
Texas.
some family land in Mississippi, and then, you know, just like I got some classic cars, and you know, just
Stuff like that. Those aren't traditional investments. I feel like
I mean,
down the
depending on who you
south.
talk to.
Well, okay, black male actors. I wouldn't expect. You know, I don't hear that kind of thing. So that's cool.
I mean, but, you know, everybody don't talk about how they do it and what they do, but I mean, like,
Right.
like
I like, that's why I
a-
like to hear it. 'Cause
Yeah.
people don't necessarily talk
I mean, it's
about
crazy
it.
because I mean, I'll tell you one thing right now is like I own a 70 Bronco, right, 1970 Bronco, and I mean, I think I paid $20 for it in like 2017, and people offer me like $160, $180 for it. all
What?
day.
Really?
See, I don't know anything about cars. To me, I'm like,
And it's not even like
Yeah, me
it's not like perfect condition. It's like people like, I want that car. I'll give you $160,000.
Wow.
So
Okay,
where do you find these cars? Do you?
That's the thing. You got to be looking auctions. You
Okay.
know, find old people that's probably not gonna live long.
oh my gosh, that sounds predatory.
That's how you get good property, too, though.
You become friends with them. You know, like old people that hate their grandkids.
Divorces.
You become the grandkid
Yeah.
that they always
And you
wanted.
be like, man,
That's
you need to
right.
go to the store. You need to go to Dollar General. and then you take them, and they be like,
Maybe
"Man,
forge a will.
they hadn't shaken with an old key."
Oh my God. Oh,
You are awful.
Go look in the
word.
garage. You like, man, you leaving me this Shelby? But like, yeah, plus old people just got great stories. You know what I mean? Old people, you hang out with them enough. They always fun. Old people always fun. Like they tell you a
Yeah.
quick story, and all you got to say is, and then what happened? And they keep going. They say
They
something
true.
else.
surely will.
That's true.
And they always say something cool. So yeah, I mean, like, just kind of making sure the future gonna be right. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of what I've been up to. But yeah, so I bought a kind of like it's not a ranch, it's a ranchette.
Oh,
What's the difference?
yeah.
It's a baby ranch.
Okay, got it.
I was like, is it feminine? He said, like, it's the ranch.
So I got
Yeah.
small one.
I got
Okay.
about 5 acres, and I'm working on like the next 10.
that's
that's next to
nice.
me. And then, but yeah, I got friends out there who also, from Hollywood, kind of that's like their permanent residence. But we still got apartments in LA, but have like the homestead in Texas, and I'm right outside of Austin.
Okay.
with mine. So, but I got some friends with like 75-acre properties who are doing like some real cool stuff. So. Watching them do that, I mean, I didn't even. This is why we didn't talk for a minute, like maybe like 2 years, and then she, telling me where she lived now, and all this kind. I'm like, oh, I gotta step my shit up.
Yeah. Once I had kids, I was like, bye, everyone.
Yeah.
And then I came back.
Yeah.
And then I came back.
I mean, it was real inspiring,
Yeah.
to me from what y'all did. So.
Oh yeah, we got a place in City Island, which was
Where's that?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like I am from here and never even heard of it.
Wait,
but
in the Bronx?
in the Bronx.
I know where City Island is.
Yeah, it's where you go to
I
get
thought
gout.
it was someplace. Okay.
It's over 30 seafood restaurants, and everybody is
I've been in the Bronx once.
diabetic.
You know what's so funny? I've been there twice. I don't eat seafood. That's why.
Oh my God, you should not go to that island.
Yeah. So and that's the point, right? This
Yeah.
guy.
All-
She
it's
always
all-
wants to go to sushi places.
It's like
though, so
Vegas for
weird.
Oh,
seafood.
okay.
It's like straight up neon
Yes,
signs for
it's-
crab and
yeah.
oysters
Oh,
and
that sounds
everything.
good.
People
a
have
lot
a lot of
of
like retirement
sticky
parties there
fingers.
and stuff too.
She invited me. She invited doing
it's
production.
a lot
We like
of
had a
Metro
weekend
workers
off.
that go over there. Yeah, there's this place called Sammy's. So like, if your Dominican
That's where I
boyfriend takes you
went.
there, you should definitely touch his dick. He's gonna spend $200 on something.
A guy took me on a first date to City Island.
Did you touch his dick?
So
She didn't say no. She didn't say no.
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
It's just like yes or no.
She like,
This is the only
I went
time-
balls instead.
This is the only time.
Did you hear that?
What'd he say?
What'd you say?
Repeat it.
I went balls instead. I didn't go. I didn't go shaft. I went balls.
That's nice.
Shaft is such a harsh word. Continue. What happened?
Is it?
Sometimes I prefer balls first, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do you?
You do?
I do.
I guess so. Because balls is kind
In
of
between
like,
November and February, give me that warm hand.
that means you know
that's
that means
nice.
you also like the taint. I always assume
What?
that guys that enjoy that
Yeah.
also like a little further back.
Don't be assuming out here.
Not really.
It is true.
No,
that
because
he's
I
not,
like-
he didn't say no.
He did not say no.
What?
But hold on. I want you to hold that thought
He
because
still ain't say no.
but watch it. Yes
He
or no?
Still ain't say no.
I'm nasty.
Okay. Yes. All right. So Angela, back to you.
I'm nasty.
So-
How come
Where
we're
my
not saying
camera
yes
at?
or
I'm
no?
nasty.
He said yes.
no one
He's
can say-
nasty. He's yes.
He didn't say yes. He just said I'm nasty.
Yes.
That means yes.
Okay.
But go back to the story about the dick
So no, the problem. This was the only date
Or
we ever
balls,
had.
whatever.
or whatever. Yeah.
But it's gonna, you guys.
No, Angela, come on.
It was something about him that as soon as he came out of the house, I just didn't like him.
Oh, okay.
So I still went on
Okay.
the date, but it just nothing ever. We never went out again after that.
What was he wearing?
What'd you eat?
Did he have a
That's
smell?
why I didn't like. Okay, so he came out. He wasn't ready, and so
What you mean he wasn't ready?
like he wasn't. He came out and he had on some very small track shorts, and for some reason I just couldn't get that
The
vision out of
casual
my head.
clothes got to be elevated. Like,
I mean,
don't
my
come
shorts
like
tiny
you're running
right
in.
now.
you got tiny shorts on.
I do
Stand
have.
up.
No, I'm
Stand
not
up, let's
standing
see.
up.
Stand up.
Stand
Do a
up,
wall
let's see it.
twerk.
That's so that he can.
Are you
easily,
adjusting your balls?
What did you
I know,
just
it keeps sticking.
I'm like, what did you just do?
Did you just touch your
They're so
tape?
tight. He has to adjust.
He kind of bounced.
real quick.
He kind of bounced himself real quick.
What can Brown do for you?
Oh yeah.
No. They were way shorter than that. You know how track shorts are? They're like
Okay,
all
all
in.
right.
And for some reason, like that vision of him in the track shorts, it just, and he went and changed, but that vision just stayed in my head, and I just, for some reason, just didn't. He's a cool
Yeah.
guy though, but
Yeah, it's like when you pee in the pool. It's like,
What? I don't know if that's a.
well, when you pee in the pool, it's ruined. No matter how
It
much you
is.
try to clean it.
Okay.
So
See,
that's
thank
the
you. That was
track
a good
I got it.
metaphor.
My examples are all over the place.
I see.
I have to follow you.
Yeah, no, it's a ride. Okay, but what did you have to eat?
Yeah. What was the
I
meal?
probably
Chicken,
had some
probably.
chicken, but the problem when you go places like that, the chicken tastes like fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same in whale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and they don't change it.
And-
But it's a lovely island to live.
But let me ask you this: you have twins.
I do.
How was it working and having twins? Like working because you're on camera, you're behind the scenes, you're producing. How was that workload and then trying to be a mom? Not trying to be a mom and being a mom.
Yeah.
I mean, because she was. I mean, we normally be joking crazy. Like in the trailer, and she was exhausted. I would say that. I mean, I like, how was last night? She's like, well, went back to being a mom. Then I got to do the script, and then I come in, and like, I mean, I felt like I left before you a lot, and then you were there before me a lot. So it was like, I can tell you, it took a toll. I mean, you can answer that too, but I saw you like really going through it.
Thank you for saying that, because I forgot that it took a toll. Because when you do something so hard, you just try to remember the good stuff.
Yeah.
And so for me,
you was working your ass off.
I was
man.
working my ass off, and I was like, at some point, I was like sick, but I didn't think I was sick. I'm like, I'm good, just stuff
Looking
running out of my
crazy.
face,
Yeah.
looking crazy, sounding crazy. But I
I try to come in. I remember trying to come in one morning, and I'm be like trying to knock on the door, like, Michelle. She's like, do not let him in it. Like, you close, close the door. You will not see me like this. I was trying to say good morning. She's like, no.
Not now.
I got a little door for a reason. It's like, can I just have a moment and then come see me when I'm ready? But like,
You had a special knock with
I'm
a
gonna start saying
password.
moment like that. Moment.
yes.
Okay. But anyway, so it was rough because you were working.
It was rough, but I'm really proud of myself because it takes a lot to do what I did.
Yes, it does.
Just to even get there. And so I just really wore that fatigue with a badge of honor. And even like getting food trucks for the crew every Friday night and just making sure I'm taking care of people. It's like I only want to work with people that know how to take care of people, that either have a pet or a finicky plant or a kid. Like, you just have to know how to take care of something for me to like rock with you, because then we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I was only able to do it because my crew was so dope. And I was working with friends who like understood me when I was like, I can't be all rainbows and sunshines right now. Like, I gotta rework this script, figure out how to pay for a tuition. Like, there's like things to do.
Did you work with producers, or did you work on other
I had a
projects? where you saw-
showrunner.
Okay, so then I got it. Makes
I had a
sense. now.
showrunner, Danielle Sanchez Witzel. Shout out to her. She was amazing. She was like an Aaron Brockovich, but like with stories and feelings. And it's really great to have people fight for you and your vision, especially as a talent, because, you know, if you start to say what you really want, you become difficult. But if you have someone in your corner who doesn't give a fuck about looking like they're difficult, it's amazing. Yeah. But yeah, it was hard, but I loved it.
Tone, did you relate to the character of Khalil at all, personally?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, in what ways? Like dating ways and
Water's delicious.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so
you know,
wet.
I mean, because we're in our late 30s in the show, right? So, I mean, just, you know, trying to. It's a diplomatic way to say this shit.
Just say it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's coming from. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, being out here.
Wow,
being
Tony.
out here.
Wow, it's
being
not
out-
jury duty. What's going on?
Being out, you know, being out in the streets a little bit. You know, not. Sometimes you think you're dating with intention, and sometimes you're not. You're just kind of out here, and someone else wants a little more from you that you don't give, and so you don't know how your lack of presence is affecting them, right?
Have you ever had to walk him through situations like that he's talking about loosely right now as a friend?
This is how I stay friends with Tone. We don't talk about his love life.
oh,
That might be good.
And you just have to figure that out for a lot of friendships. It's like some friends work in the industry. We don't talk about business. We just hang.
Yeah.
I love hearing about people's love lives, though.
Me too,
fascinating
but
to
this
me.
gets complicated. I'm bad at
She's in
puzzles.
a lot of she's in a lot of conversations, like, and that's all I'm gonna say, like, and then like that's it.
That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
So are you kind of a
Player?
I was gonna say asshole, but I didn't want to say that.
I was going to say hoe.
Oh no, I mean,
Wow.
I've probably been all of those at one point.
Okay.
At one point, I mean, like, when I'm good, I'm very good, and when I've been bad, I've been very bad, and so I mean,
Do you feel like, man, when you look back, are you sometimes like, that was really messed up that I did that?
A couple times I probably regret how I treated
Okay.
the girl I was dating.
Have you ever apologized? Like,
Oh yeah, I always apologize.
Okay,
yeah.
that's good.
I mean, you know, sometimes I know it wasn't me. Sometimes I know it definitely was me. You know, and those are not even the cheating situations of going, you know, just like, man, you know, you kind of hang out for 3-4 months and you go, I don't see this moving forward. So then,
How do you break it off?
and
Yeah.
you go, man, I'm gonna try to save your
that's the
time and
thing.
go, I'm not gonna be what you want me to be in this, and I don't see this going forward.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna come off like an asshole, but trust me, in the long run, I'm
okay.
not wasting
But
your
that's
time.
not really an asshole. That's honesty.
But
Yeah.
when you're young, you don't hear it like that.
Yes, you don't. Yeah, people don't receive it like that. And so with episode 1, when Mavis has a little rendezvous with someone, it's like she could have ghosted him, but I think we need to take accountability and responsibility when we're dating people, because it's so easy to get intertwined forever, especially with social media. They just like never go away. So it's just like we should just have conversations with people and say, I'm not into this.
Right.
You know, like
do
no
not.
offense.
That's very mature,
I
though.
don't want to
But
waste
yeah,
your
we
time.
have
Like
to
it's
do
But isn't it too soon to tell on the first rendezvous?
Sometimes you know, like you
You
knew
knew?
you want to see
Short
his
pants,
balls.
short
and you
shorts.
wouldn't even talk to him.
You're
This
right, I
is
didn't.
this
You know
is
what I
just
mean?
apparel.
Like, why would you go for a second date to already prove something to yourself that you already knew?
Well, something that turned you off quick because I was probably mid-late 20. I was going out with this chick, and I was like, oh, this is my style right here. And I picked her up, and we were going out to dinner. It was one of my first like expensive dinners I was gonna pay for because I finally had a corporate gig, and I was like, oh, I can afford this now.
Oh, that's nice.
And like just her innards,
What you mean?
What?
like the
Her smell?
yeah, but
Yeah.
not like body odor,
Like-
but like
She needs a gut check.
smell like old people,
Like mothballs?
like in cinnamon.
Oh my gosh.
And it was
Sounds
like,
nice.
and I was mixing with mothball, and it just had this, and you're like, we ain't never gonna
Yeah.
get close enough. And
Yeah,
like, you just know
it's
you're
hard.
like, man. I was like, and I dig everything else.
It's
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
And
You
this
gotta like
and this
the
smell
scent.
like forever.
You gotta like the smell. I've been with my man for 15 years. I still love the way his
Oh
face
my gosh.
smells.
You know, they said that's one of the ways that you can know you'll be attracted to somebody when
Truly.
you like their scent.
He can be given like red onion under his arm. I'm like, get over here.
Oh, you
Oh,
love
that's
him.
I love
sweet.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I love him too. That's my boy.
He's the best.
That was really weird.
And then I was just gonna move on.
It's really weird.
They both wear short shorts and go on boats.
I bought a wheelbarrow out of nowhere.
You bought him a wheelbarrow. That was so nice.
You bought him a.
I bought a wheelbarrow for myself, and I was like, man, he got to have one of these. So I just
He chops wood. Choppy chop. It
so I
was
just sent one
scary,
to the,
though.
so I sent one to the
Weird.
house.
Would you
That's
have you
so
ever
nice.
hooked him up with somebody, or would you like say?
I
when
would
you-
never do that. No.
Okay.
He doesn't need the help. I
It
am.
doesn't sound like it would be a good idea either.
That's what I'm asking, really, for that reason, because sometimes you're like, I ain't doing that to one of my
but
friends.
Some people need the help.
Okay.
And I'm a very good matchmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't let you know who it is. I just have a get together, and y'all should
That's
find
what
each
I
other.
do. I like that
You're
too.
like that,
Yes,
Yeah.
because you're gonna go down their Instagram and a rabbit hole and already like make a narrative of what you blah blah blah. But like some people just don't need the help, and he is one of them.
Okay.
Yep.
Look at him. He's so happy.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like even with stand up, like you know you're tearing it up. You know he's on a tour. Like he doesn't. You know some people need the help. Like
Yeah.
you don't need the help. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's got this. So that's
And I
nice.
can say the same.
No,
Yeah.
I love the two of you together, though, as far as just working on the show and both of your individual stand-ups, like, hilarious. And I always can appreciate that, right? Because it's
Appreciate
very
that. Thank you.
smart, it's intelligent, it's relatable. You know, it's funny to me. So
Thank
for
you
me
so
to
much.
be able to, like I said, I binge watched when they sent me the access to be able to see it. I was like, I hope it's not just one episode I'm getting, because after I
Right.
finished the first one, I definitely wanted to see more. And
Oh,
so, like
good.
I said, I was up late last night because I didn't even get home till 10:30. So I ended up watching like 4
wow.
episodes. Yeah.
What were you doing last night?
I was out.
Touching dicks
Balls,
at restaurants, touching
Chef.
dicks.
I was playing with taints and, all night, and then I came home and watched Survival of the Thickest.
Oh, that's a perfect Saturday evening, you guys. Honestly, just play with the taint and watch my show.
Yeah, and I like it because also we're a little raunchy too, and I feel like sometimes that's taboo.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because we're all going through it. If you're not, then you should live life a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
Go hook up in the backseat of a taxi, see what happens. Just remember that you got gum in your mouth. That's all I'll say.
And is there going to be a season 2? Do we know that yet? Because I see that you've gotten some really great reviews so far from
Yeah.
people that have had a chance to preview it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's most important right now is to figure out the writers' strike situation.
Right.
The guild really has to writers need to support themselves. They have to be able to,
They have lives. I mean,
have lives, not have
Life
like my
be
writers
lifing,
had 3 other
and-
jobs. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they have
That's
basic
crazy.
needs. Like health insurance should not be a luxury. So I think residual pay is just like, come on, like what are we doing? So as soon as that's squared away, then it's just like season 2, let's go.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not going to last. Like they said throughout the summer, some people are predicting even longer than that. And so,
That's a no for me. Please.
I hope that everybody gets what they want and they need, and
Yes.
it ends quicker than people than the longer projections, because I mean that'd just be
That's too long.
It's too
And
long.
let's just be fair, at the end of the day, because I don't think it's asking for anything crazy.
It's not. Capitalism is a motherfucker.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
All right.
Let's end it on
But
that.
the show was really fun, so see it. Please watch
All
it.
right.
I'm fun. I promise.
Well, no, honestly, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you guys for coming through. And honestly, congratulations. It is really, really amazing. I love to see things that I feel like represent us. And I'm from Brooklyn, so being able to see.
Yeah.
I've had.
Crown Heights.
Yeah. I live in Bed-Stuy, but I'm from Flatbush.
I used to live in Bed-Stuy.
Oh, you did?
On
Okay.
Wolsey between Troop and Marcus Garvey.
Okay, that is a couple of blocks from me. So, yes, that's exactly.
I love it. Saragina was my
we used to stay
go-to.
over there.
Yes.
Sarah, Peaches is right there.
I love peaches.
We like
Hot House.
peaches.
Yeah.
I love peaches.
Yeah, Jasmine loves peaches.
I like to eat.
Jasmine's
I love
like,
peaches.
Grits, what do you got?
I get the wings
Yes.
with extra sauce.
by the way, they have an
Yes.
amazing fried chicken sandwich.
They have a
there.
good fried chicken sandwich.
I don't do that.
I like
That's
the
too much.
the Brussels sprouts. I like, but it's a little too salty. But I get it anyway.
Yes.
The fries are good.
The shrimp and grits is good, but why do I have 3 shrimp?
Never had the shrimp and grits.
It's good.
Okay.
People
All right.
used to go there for brunch for that.
She liked
that
the
was
lemon
their thing.
chicken. I like to eat. She liked the lemon chicken.
I like the Ella. Is it the Ella Fitzgerald drink? What is it with the blueberries and the
We're,
bourbon?
okay, we're doing a
All
lot
right.
here.
All right.
So-
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
sorry.
Because now I'm hungry. Okay,
know.
now I'm
I'm
hungry.
Watch our stand up, catch her on tour, catch
Oh
me
my
on
God.
tour,
We're
watch our
done.
other shows,
Yeah,
and
let's
Oh boy.
Where are you going, Michelle?
I don't think we were
You gotta
done.
go?
No, we were talking about food, so I just started to go. Oh, we not done?
We are.
No, we are,
But
yeah.
let's
Go ahead,
do
Tom.
the show.
outro.
Tom
Tom.
was doing his drop.
Sorry, I'm
yeah.
so-
I was trying to
sorry.
plug. Yeah, Michelle. Michelle. All right, I'll wrap this up. Don't worry about it. Start the car.
Start the
Catch
Bronco.
our stand up. Catch up on our websites, our Instagram.
Ketchup.
Catch up.
Oh,
Catch up and
Catch up with our schedules. Catch our stand up specials and live and the other shows that we have out.
Your Netflix drink.
I have a
Yeah,
yes.
what's it
we
called?
like to
I watched
drink.
it.
yeah,
Drink
I love
something.
it. You're like my mom.
Drink
You
something.
do that thing. What's the thing again?
Drink something.
What's the
I
what's
love
the
it.
what's
Baby,
the
don't forget
just,
to
drink
promote
something.
the
just snap it. What's the come on
the
now.
cup?
the masters of the mid.
And the
drink it,
ice.
baby.
Drink. Drink Masters.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yes.
Drink Masters.
mouthing it to you.
Yeah. We had to. I was never going to get it.
What? It's like my mom. Huh? What's that?
I was
What?
never going to get
What?
it.
Oh, the thing you do with the people.
You know.
Behind the
You know
bar
what
with
it is.
the masters of the
Yeah.
drinks they be making. What's the name of it?
I am going on tour, you guys.
She don't stop.
I really don't.
She don't.
It's called Full Heart Tight Jeans because when people ask me how I'm doing, I'm always like, my heart's full and my jeans are tight because it's true. And I'm going to start August 2nd in Amsterdam and work my way to the States, just like a low budget government Beyonce. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Did we get to eat now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm hungry.
Thank you so
Winner,
much.
winner, chicken dinner.
Survival of the Thickest
Yes.
on Netflix. Make sure you guys watch it. It's actually starting today.